Just across from the place we're staying at is the Mercato del Trionfale. It's open from 8 to 1:30 and it's considered to be the most authentic market in all of Rome. Go on, big pożarty.
Coś jeszcze jeden?
On mówi, że delivery
Vicino Roma.
You're not selling? Okay. Ja mogę wziąć pomidora, ja sobie zjem. Też
na pewno.
Ile one to sprzedają? Co 5? Are you making sandwiches? Like two.
My first Italian breakfast. This is a response to all the Andrew Zimmern and Anthony Bourdain shows who made me believe that people don't eat meat in this country. Our first church in Rome, Church of St. Joseph, Trionfale, right here in the residential area. Completely off the tourist path, so simple on the outside, yet so beautiful on the inside. Wow. Yeah, this is even nicer than some of the tourist churches. Oh, wow. Wow, the lighting is just perfect right now. Our first Italian pizza, and apparently this is what they call French fries in Italy. We're walking around the perimeter of Vatican City, only fortified country on earth and only country to be entirely surrounded by a city. Alright, behind this wall here you can see the Vatican City Gardens. And behind me you can actually see one of the watchtowers that they would use to watch out for impending danger.
Gaga.
So we're back outside of Vatican City, and it looks a little bit more crowded than usual. That's because today is Sunday, and every Sunday at noon, people gather here to watch the Pope give his weekly Angelus.
Il Vangelo della teologia ci presenta una parabola che ha due protagonisti, un fariseo e un pubblicano, cioè un uomo religioso e un peccatore conclamato. Entrambi salgono al tempio a pregare, ma soltanto il pubblicano si eleva veramente a Dio. L'umile serva del Signore, immagine vivente da ciò che il Signore ama compiere. E con umiltà scende nella verità di se stesso.
Now during Christmas and Easter Mass, as many as 300,000 people are capable of cramming into St. Peter's Square, which is a population of some small countries. But the Polish Pope was really popular.
Well, last year I've seen him.
But this Pope Francis has actually been getting a much smaller audience because he's a bit controversial because of his political views. But I think it's still pretty cool to see the Pope, regardless of what you think of him.
No, the 6:30
in the morning, and we've come to the Piazza del Popolo, and we can see what a bit of the city looks like in the dark. This Popolo Square here is covered in Egyptian hieroglyphs. I think it's might be one of the original ones that they stole from Egypt. Oh cool, I didn't have to go to Egypt to see Egypt still. Let me build a cross on top of that, otherwise testament to their conquest. There's no big Egypt. This massive wall you see behind me is called an Aurelian wall. Part of a massive fortification system of brick walls that once surrounded ancient Rome. So right now we're inside of the city limits of what was ancient Rome. As this is Rome's famous Piazza del Popolo. This is the Popolo Square, where we were this morning. One of the main squares of the city where, until 1826, public executions took place. Yeah, I already like it much better than St. Peter's, and instead of the square, actually it's more of a circle, but the square is unique for its twin churches. Constructed in the 17th century, the Basilica di Santa Maria e Montesanto and the Chiesa Santa Maria dei Miracoli are one of the only examples of twin churches on earth. The latter is home to one of Rome's most beautiful legends. On June 20th, 1325, a desperate mother invoked a painting of the Virgin Mary to save her little one who had fallen into the waters of the Tiber River. Once the child was rescued, a chapel dedicated to the Virgin was built in memory of the prestigious event. Inside it, the miraculous image was placed. It's actually the same church we were in this morning. You couldn't see anything, but now that it's bright, you can actually see how they've actually put a hole in top of the dome to let the sunlight come in. As the Augustinian Church of Santa Maria del Popolo. Its origins date all the way back to the 11th century, and its location right next to the Plaza Gate meant that for many travelers this was the first church they saw when they entered the city. The church contains several spectacular artworks by some of Italy's most famous artists, including Raphael and Bernini. According to local legend, when Emperor Nero was buried in this area, his mausoleum became buried by a landslide, and a walnut tree soon grew on top of it, and the tree soon became the haunt for a multitude of vicious demons. Then, after he allegedly received instructions from the Virgin Mary in a dream, Pope Paschal II organized a procession to perform an exorcism and had the walnut tree torn down and Nero's remains exhumed and thrown into the Tiber River. To ensure his evil presence was gone for good, the Pope devoted the area to Christian worship and had a chapel constructed on the site of today's basilica. We're in the city's famous Spanish steps. And it's a series of about 138 steps constructed in 1783 by funds from the French diplomats. And the reason they're called Spanish steps is because they actually were built in close proximity to the Spanish embassy, and right at the top of the steps is the famous church, Trionfale Market. And you can see another Egyptian obelisk in front of it. Now the church you see behind me was commissioned in the 16th century by King Louis XII to celebrate the French conquest of Naples. No.
No, regala.
Patrząc zaparkowałeś, że nawet człowiek nie przyjdzie. This little church may not look like much from the outside, but inside it hides one of Rome's most macabre attractions. This 16th century Capuchin church, located just north of the Piazza Barberini, contains a small museum and network of 6 underground chapels. While one chapel used to conduct mass contains nothing out of the ordinary, well, aside from the tomb of papal Zuabis and a plaque containing the actual heart of Maria Felice Peretti. The remaining 5 have been adorned with 3,700 skeletons of 16th to 19th century Capuchin monks that were first brought here in 1631 by a group of friars from another monastery. The unusual interior design was the brainchild of Father Michael Albergamo. There was some method to his madness though, as the bones were all arranged in a manner to create symbolic motifs. The monks were buried in soil brought directly from Jerusalem by order of Pope Urban VIII, and the longest buried monk would be exhumed to make room for the newly deceased, who was buried without a coffin. It took nearly 3 decades for the bodies to decompose before being exhumed. While certainly not for the faint of heart, the Catholic Church insists this display is not meant to be macabre, but a solemn reminder of the fate that awaits us all. Officially one of the greenest cities in Europe because of its many large parks, and one of the most famous is the Vila Borghese garden. And these bizarre looking trees right here are officially called stone pine, but because of their unusual canopy, the locals refer to them as umbrella pine or parasol pine. Now our first wildlife in Italy. The 2 lemons, yeah.
Do you want some drink? Jeszcze ekstra weźmiemy w tej...
Oh, just pineapple. You want pineapple drink? Yeah.
And one pineapple.
Yeah, ananas, yeah. Oh, wow. I have to tell you, one food here that has lived up to standards is the gelato. So apparently if you get tired of Rome's chaotic streets, you can take these underground walkways. Okay, so apparently putting pineapple on a pizza is taboo here, but putting French fries is completely fine.